Good evening and welcome to Washington. I'm Doug McKelway in for Brett Baer. South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and charter schools advocate Betsy DeVos have reason to be especially thankful this holiday season. Haley will be the new U.S. ambassador to the United Nations when Donald Trump takes office. DeVos will run the education department. They join Mike Pompeo, Jeff Sessions, and Lieutenant General Michael Flynn in the growing Trump administration. Correspondent Peter Doocy is in Palm Beach, Florida tonight with details. Good evening, Peter.
Good evening, Doug. The president-elect's cabinet will not just be filled with people who have supported him from the start. He's adding some critics, some friends, and some others that are impressing even his most bitter rivals. The man Trump once called low energy had high praise for one of his nominees today. Jeb Bush tweeted, quote, "Betsy DeVos is an outstanding pick for Secretary of Education. I look forward to her bold leadership at the U.S. DOE. Mr. Trump has a role in mind for at least one of the other people he beat in the primary. He asked Dr. Ben Carson to serve as HUD Secretary. Carson said today he thinks he's got what it takes to clean up inner cities, but has not definitively accepted the job." Additionally, the president-elect tapped South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, who was a major detractor as recently as a few months ago, to serve as the U.S. ambassador to the UN. And another of 2016's fiercest Trump critics, Mitt Romney, is still under consideration to be the next Secretary of State. But that bothers early Trump backer Mike Huckabee, who thinks a Romney apology is in order before a job offer can be made.
He attacked him on a personal level about his character, integrity, his honor. Well, when you do that, there's only one way that I think Mitt Romney could even be considered for a post like that, and that is that he goes to a microphone in a very public place and repudiates everything he said in that famous Salt Lake City speech and everything he said after that.
This holiday weekend, the next president presented new positions on some major policies, including global warming. Back in 2012, he said, quote, "The concept of global warming was created by and for the Chinese in order to make U.S. manufacturing non-competitive." But in response to a question Tuesday about whether or not humans are responsible for climate change, Trump replied, quote, "I think there is some connectivity." Mr. Trump also seems to have adjusted his stance on waterboarding. During the campaign, he said this:
"Waterboarding is fine, but it's not nearly tough enough, okay?"
But now his position is more in line with the man who could be his next defense secretary.
General Mattis is a strong, highly dignified man. I met with him at length, and I asked him that question. I said, "What do you think of waterboarding?" He said, "I was surprised." He said, "I've never found it to be useful."
And today, someone else added his name to the mix of highly decorated officials ready to serve the 45th president, General David Petraeus.
You know, I've been in a position before where a president has turned to me in the Oval Office in a difficult moment and turned without any pleasantries and said, "I'm asking you as your president and commander-in-chief to take command of the International Security Assistance Force in Afghanistan." The only response can be, "Yes, Mr. President."
In the last hour, the president-elect released a Thanksgiving message where he says he knows that some people out there are still upset about the results of the election, and he knows that raw emotions will not heal overnight, but that he hopes that while folks are together over the holidays, they can figure out a way to move on so the country can move forward together. Doug?
Peter Doocy in Palm Beach tonight. Thank you, Peter.